For most scientists, there is no question about finding a vaccine against HIV.
Right now, we have to do something while we wait for that vaccine to become available.
There is something, and most people are knowledgeable about the traditional part of it to help keep HIV at bay.
Well, there's condoms for a start. Try to stick with one partner if you can.
I use condoms, yeah. And if condoms are giving me hardship, I might abstain.
But for how long, when you have already gone over the bridge?
No, not really, because I think things happen on the spur of the moment.
Well, if things happen as Hasina puts it, you have still got a preventive measure, PEP, or post-exposure prophylaxis, which was mainly approved for occupational HIV exposure, but is now widely used for sexual exposure. Prophylaxis simply means disease prevention. There is also HIV prevention before one indulges in sexual intercourse, PrEP or pre-exposure prophylaxis, which has been proven efficacious by 3 trials. The IPREX study in Ecuador, Brazil, Peru, South Africa and the US of men having sex with men shows 44% reduction in HIV risk. Partners PrEP study in heterosexual couples where one is infected in Uganda and Kenya shows consistently high HIV protection up to 75%. And then a TDF2 study in Botswana heterosexuals proved protective by 62%. PrEP, known to many as Truvada, has already been approved by the US's Food and Drug Administration. And to Dr. Baton of Global Health and Medicine, it is definitely a new opportunity for HIV prevention, though not the end of condoms, prevention research, HIV treatment and the vaccine.
As we think about rolling out pre-exposure prophylaxis or PrEP in places like Kenya and Uganda, one of the target populations, one of the priority populations would really be serodiscordant couples, especially couples in which the HIV-positive partner hasn't started antiretroviral therapy.
But just in case you contract HIV, then you may have to embrace treatment as your saving card.
By having more people treated, we'll see, generally speaking, fewer episodes of HIV.
An international trial found that early ARV treatment of HIV-infected individuals reduces HIV transmission to uninfected partners by 96%.
History tells us that we need other measures.
And indeed, there is male circumcision. According to clinical studies in Uganda, Kenya and South Africa, it prevents HIV by about 60%.
The head of the penis in a man who's uncircumcised has more cells available in that extra layer of skin, because it's off. If you pull it back, you'll find it's a nice, warm, moist place for HIV to begin to get in the body. So what circumcision does is it removes that extra layer of mucosal cells.
But you are not 100% protected.
What's sad for me is it doesn't do a thing for women. It doesn't protect the woman at all.
Let's look at the microbicides, which may save many young women who are disproportionately burdened with HIV.
Microbicide literally just means something that kills microbes, so that kills viruses or bacteria. But in this setting, when we talk about anti-HIV microbicides, people very often are referring to gels
that women can use and control, that offer them the opportunity to take their own risk into their hands.
So the first big study that looked at this, that was done in South Africa, in KwaZulu-Natal, the Caprice 004 study, showed that a gel that contained antiviral medication was protective. It decreased infection rate for women close to 40% after 2.5 years.
But all these preventative methods like PEP, treatment, PrEP and microbicides usage are threatened by adherence. Improving adherence worked well in PrEP studies in Uganda and Kenya by using text messages. An acceptability text study is currently being conducted in Boston in the United States.
People get a small message that says, click 1 if you took the pill, click 2 if you didn't, and another question that they asked to respond to, click 1 if you had engaged in sex today, or click 2 if you didn't.
Imagining a world without HIV and AIDS may seem like a dream, but it is possible, and according to experts, finding a vaccine is the best step to take. However, according to the International AIDS Vaccine Initiative, a vaccine requires patience, persistence, doing clinical trials and advancing them, as well as partnerships.
We now know that vaccines might be working. We have a vaccine that was tested in Thailand that was partially effective, and we know that means that If you can make a partially effective vaccine, perhaps you can make a very effective vaccine.
We have the classical childhood diseases that in fact could not have been controlled or eliminated without vaccines. We need a vaccine.
And there has got to be a synergy amongst all available preventive measures, even when a vaccine is found. Florence Naluyimba, NTV.